Hello, today I'm showing you my super cheap raised beds. Guys, I found these fence boards at Habitat Restore. They were $1 a board, but I told her if I took them all, could I have them for $45? And she said sure. So I decided to make my raised beds out of old vinyl fencing. We put it here in this really nasty part of our yard because we basically live on a hill. And this is about the only flat spot that we have. So we were trying to figure out what's the best way to go about doing this, and we thought, you know, raised beds would be the easiest way to go. I like raised beds. Square foot gardening is my #1 way of gardening. I've been doing it for more than 30 years. I would swear by square foot gardening. The link is in the description below if you want to read the book. Great book. We took the pieces of this fence and decided to make these 4 raised beds. They are 10 by 5. Most raised beds should only be 4 feet wide, but I just added those extra 12 inches because I could reach into the middle of the bed, so I think it'll be okay. All right, my hunk of burning love. This is what you call hope, isn't it?
Hope?
It's 45 degrees out here. And we're putting the raised beds together. Okay, so we cut down
45 degrees.
the posts.
45 degrees is great news in April. Winter's not even over for 3 more months.
As we're standing here looking enviously at the neighbor's greenhouse. Can I just put a hole in the fence and help you with your greenhouse? So we cut down the posts.
These posts had wood in them, but we're kind of trying to use the wood that somebody stuffed in there right back in the day. I'm just going to do 1 hole. We're winging it. We're just improvising with all kinds of stuff.
Of washers.
We're improvising with a lot of doodads. I kind of wanted to use the washer to give it more surface area.
So then I was going to put a board along the top to sit on. You just wanted to fondle my hand, didn't you?
Yep, you know it.
Wow, there was no hesitation, honey. Thank you.
I was thinking of something else smart to say, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate for video.
Then we measured where the beds were going to sit. We raked out all the rocks from the center. We did not do anything with the soil underneath. We're just going to let the soil work its own without the rocks on there. The worms and stuff will start coming up, and then the soil will be really good in the next year or 2. Here, dear, I got a butt shot for you. Do you think we'll go viral with the butt shot?
Become the wrong kind of butt.
Wow. Okay, so we're filling in the super deep holes with the construction.
We don't want all the soil to go out and all the rocks to come in.
Yeah.
So we're kind of making a little wall underneath it.
Yep.
Because that's way
sure
below.
You don't want a butt shot, dear?
That's way below where he's going to need to be gardening.
I like your butt. I think it's cute.
Chunky bits.
You think so, huh?
Yep. We don't want to waste any rocks, so we're putting things up to the ground level.
From our construction debris over there. Now, to keep the costs down, what we did was we filled the raised beds with leftover garden material that I had from cutting down some of my plants. So see, the problem with my gardening videos, why they don't get so many views, dear, is I'm not out here with half my boobs hanging out and with my butt right in front of the camera in my yoga pants. I think we need to change our strategy. What do you think? And then we went to the landfill, and our landfill has wood chips, and sometimes they're free and sometimes you have to pay for them. Now, we happened to hit the free day, and I told Mike, I said, oh, we got to go get these while we're free. So we came for a load of wood, or a load of compost, which is $35 for this much. but they had these really nice broken down wood chips.
Ooh, yay.
So the wood chips are free and they're like 50% broken down. That's our tarp. We forgot
It's like
a tarp.
half wood chips and half compost, so
Yeah.
we're gonna use that as a base.
Yeah. It's probably what, 35 or 40 degrees out there? It's cold.
Yeah.
But we're doing it today. And why are we doing it today? Because we want to get it while it's still available, and everybody else in next week when it's 70 clears them out of all the compost and wood chips to start gardening season. So that's why sometimes you got to be a little uncomfortable. We're getting a jump on it.
Yep.
Yay.
All right. Doing the free theme, it's Customer Appreciation Day at the thrift store, where we just bought some bricks for a quarter each.
No,
For a
12
different
and a half
project.
cents each. They were 50% off.
Oh, 12 and a half cents
Yes.
each. We bought those for a different project, but
Yes.
we were at the thrift store and we were like, oh, hey, look, there's a free customer appreciation lunch
So
to
we
go
got
with
our
our
lunch
free wood chips.
to go with our free wood chips. Woo!
We thought we were going to have to pay for stuff today, but I guess not.
Today's free day. All right, there we go. Now you're gonna say, Tara, you're absolutely crazy for filling it almost all the way to the top with wood chips. So we're gonna go the rest of the way with a layer of compost. But you have to realize
These wood chips are like 80% or 90% compost already.
we made 3 trips to the landfill, and that's going to be our base. Now what's going to happen is the wood chips are going to break down. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you don't want to use wood chips, they use a lot of nitrogen. Yes, they do use nitrogen, but not so much that it's been a problem. I've been gardening for 35 years now, and I have never, ever, ever had a problem with wood chips. If you think you need a little extra nitrogen, just put a little extra nitrogen in there. But with vegetables, especially, you don't want a lot of nitrogen because nitrogen makes leaves grow, and you don't want more leaves, you want more fruit and roots depending on the crop you're growing. So I'm mostly planting tomatoes and peppers and onions. We love the salsa in our Dining on a Dime cookbook. The recipe is in the description below, and the link is in the description below. It's 25% off right now. Then we went in and we got a load of compost, and we happened to have some coupons from the landfill from last ice storm. We took all our tree branches, and then at our dump, they exchange, when you bring something in, they weigh it, and then they give you a ticket, and you can take that much material out for free. We happened to get our compost for totally free. Our wood chips were all free except for one load. Mike went back for the last load, and they charged him for that. It was $6 for a load, but that's okay. So Mike and Dave spread the compost on for me. Okay, dear, just how tired are we?
We're 2:30 in the morning tired,
Oh, man.
but it's all right. We found out we're the biggest customer
At the landfill.
recovering things from the landfill.
Ooh, look at that.
Black gold.
Yummy. Then I need 1 bag of peat moss for each bed. Compost, you can grow plants in just compost, but it's better if you have some peat moss. It helps with drainage and water retention both. So I got a bag of peat moss, which was $18 for each bag, and I spread it in each bed, and then I mixed it together. Now, these beds are gonna sink because all of the wood chips on the bottom are gonna rot, and that's gonna create more dirt for me for free. So I built the beds extra high. After watering them for 3 or 4 weeks, they're gonna sink probably 3 to 4 inches. As soon as my plants come up, I'm gonna put a layer of wood chips on top, and then next spring, I will put a new layer of compost on top for everything that has rotted down. Each 10 by 5 bed, 10 foot by 5 foot bed cost me $30. That's it, guys. This was a super stinking cheap deal. To keep the deer out, I saw on Facebook Marketplace a guy was getting rid of his fence. I got it for $200. $4,500 worth of fencing for $200. We're gonna put that up to keep the deer from eating all my vegetables. And hopefully this August and September, I will be rolling in vegetables. Guys, comment in the description below and let me know if you have any questions or comments or tips about using raised beds. Please go watch my video on 10 gardening hacks that I use almost every year in every garden. They always work no matter where I've lived.